Hi there, welcome to this very special yoga breathing practice. I'm Jeanette Connery and I will be your guide. This practice is so special because it was created by my teacher, Robin Guth of the Stress Management Center of Marin. Robin helps a lot of people feel better, and one of the things that she's really passionate about is helping people with brain injuries have better mental, physical health. So she created this specific breathing practice as part of a pilot study with the Harvard Medical School and the University of San Francisco, along with the Brain Injury Network of Marin. This breathing practice was given as part of a yoga intervention over a period of 40 weeks. The participants did this practice for multiple times per week during that time and saw a significantly decreased occurrence of pneumonia, among other health benefits. So this practice was originally paired with some chair yoga, which we will not be doing in this video. We're just focusing on the breathing. I've had a lot of clients and students in my classes and private sessions asking me for this video because it's something I do with them a lot and they want to be able to do it between sessions. So this is for you. Diving right in, we're starting with something that's going to make you feel very silly. Hey, if I can do this on a video and put it out there on the internet, you can certainly do it at home when nobody's looking. So it's called the lion, and the point of this particular breath practice is to stretch out the muscles of your throat here. And this will also help to tone your breathing apparatus. And you might experience some coughing all throughout the breathing. So when you're coughing, that's actually a good sign. It means the muscles of your breathing apparatus are becoming active. Your cilia are helping to move whatever gunk is stuck in your lungs, in your trachea, in your bronchioles. Move that stuff out. So here we go. This is called the lion, and we're going to do this. Okay, sorry, I had to go get my timer. We're going to do this for 20 full seconds, and I'm going to demonstrate first so that you can see what it looks like before we start and before we time it. All right, so you're going to stick out your tongue and say ah, essentially, but you're going to stick out your tongue as far as you can. You're going to really feel some stretching happening here, and this is what it looks like. Notice I'm scrunching my nose. I'm doing whatever I can with my facial muscles to really feel a stretch here. It is very silly. I warned you. Okay, ready? I'm starting the timer. Here we go. You can breathe when you need to. Okay. My tongue feels tired. When you're at home doing this on yourself, if you do happen to be doing this practice regularly, you'll probably get to a point where you can do that an additional round of 20 seconds, maybe even 2 additional rounds of 20 seconds, okay? Going up to 3 rounds. But because I want to keep this video a little bit on the less lengthy side, we'll just do one. And when you start to feel a lot more strong, you can pause the video and do your additional rounds. Okay, so the second one is going to be similar but different. We're going to make a yawn and we're going to try to stretch the roof of the mouth, the soft palate and the back of the top of the mouth. So I'll demonstrate that. It looks like this. Really hoping for you to feel all the way back in there, a big stretch. 20 seconds. Ready? Go. Okay. Good job. Again, if you're feeling good about this, you can pause the video and do more. I feel stuff moving through. I'm recovering from a head cold, so this is actually really good that I'm doing this today. All right. Next, we're going to do what's traditionally called Kapalabhati, but I'm going to teach it in a way that's really easy for most non-yogis, okay? Because I want everyone to be able to do it. And I teach it two different ways. I want to give you a choice. You can call this ho ho ho's, so pretending you're Santa, you're going to take a big breath into your belly, and you got to watch my stomach. Ho, 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 ho. So when you inhale, the belly gets big, and when you make your ho, ho, the belly comes in. Ho, you're really using those stomach muscles, okay? The other way you can do it is going to have the same result, but it's going to be different. And I've heard from a lot of people it's actually easier to get the stomach muscles contracting with this option. So if you're brand new to this, try this one, okay? Take a big breath, and you're going to pretend that you're at a movie theater and somebody is talking on their phone, okay? Shh! Really big, powerful shushing sound. Watch my stomach. Shh! 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 Okay? Really working those abdominal muscles. So you're not only getting some breathing practice, you're getting some core, all right? We're going to do 3 rounds of this, and I like to make it easy at the start because I really feel like there's going to be some beginners out there doing this with me. Again, when you start to feel stronger, you can pause the video and go longer. When I do this in my own personal practice, I go around 50 or 60, okay? And that's pretty high end for me. Just remember, whenever you're doing breathing practices, you do not want to feel dizzy or hungry for breath, meaning, you know that feeling when you get when you're holding your breath or you're underwater and you're like, I have to breathe. If you feel that way, you need to take a break, rejoin when you feel like you can breathe normally again, because that's not beneficial at all, okay? All right, so we're going to do our shush, shush, shush breathing. We're going to start with a really easy 15, okay? And if you get tired, just take a break and join back in when you're ready. So here we go. You can put your hands on your belly so you can feel your belly muscles moving. Ready? Shh, 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 shh. Okay. I do hear from people when they first start, it's kind of hard to coordinate this. So if that's what you're experiencing, don't feel bad. That's totally normal. Just keep practicing. You'll get it. I promise. All right. So we have 2 more rounds. If you're not feeling dizzy, we'll go right into that second round. I will stand up this time so you can see my tummy. Ready? Shh. I'm getting hot. It's winter time and my house is very cold, and whenever I do this breathing, I get really nice and warm. It really is a workout. It gets your energy moving pretty well. Okay, so we have 1 more round. Ready? So just so you know, what we're doing is the shh is an exhale. The air is going out, right? And then you breathe in before you do it again. Okay, let's try that. 15. I really feel like 15 is enough to get the energy moving. It really is. You don't have to worry about what your number is and if it's high enough. You're doing great. If you show up and do the work, you're doing great. So the next thing we're going to do is the 3-part inhale and exhale. Robin calls this sips and puffs. The idea here is that we are trying to expand the lung capacity on the inhale. So we're taking more and more air in gradually. And then on the exhale, we're trying to learn to control the diaphragm. Sips and puffs. So it's like you're sipping soup on the inhale. And the idea is you should feel your rib cage getting bigger. Okay, you should not feel your shoulders getting tighter like this. Because we want to try to bring the air down all the way to the bottom of the lungs. So you can, if you like, you can put your hands at your sides, and when you inhale, you'll feel your ribs moving out to the sides like this. Okay, so we'll start with just the inhale for a few rounds. Let's just do a quick 5 rounds of sipping your soup. And just let it go, okay? We're gonna add that multi-part exhale next. Okay, so here comes sip. Don't breathe out between sips. I see people do that sometimes. Last one. Okay, so now we're gonna try the exhale. Okay, so you're just gonna take a big breath and you're gonna try to let that exhale out in little puffs. And it's gonna look like this. So I took a big breath in, out, 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 out. So let's try 5 rounds of that. Ready? Okay, aim for like 2 or 3 if you're a beginner, right? Because this is like really hard. If you're not used to this, you're probably like, how am I ever going to do that? It doesn't come naturally. I guarantee if you're finding this difficult, it's not you, okay? Second round. Round 3, or breath number 3. Okay. Last one. Good job. Okay, so now we're going to put those together. The multi-part inhale, multi-part exhale. Again, if you're doing like 2 or 3 on these, you're fine. I'm probably doing like 5 or 6 because that's just, I've been doing this like all the time for a very long time. I'm good at it by now. Okay. So multi-part inhale, multi-part exhale, sipping and puffing. We'll just do 5 rounds like that. Ready? Good job. You did that. All 5 rounds. You made it through. The last thing is a game, actually. And it's called Ra. And this is always the favorite part of class. We're going to hold the syllable Ra for as long as we can. I'm going to only do 1 round with you because I just feel like nobody wants to watch a video of me doing Ra by myself 3 times. But I'm going to do it 1 time with you. Then you can pause the video and do it 2 more times by yourself. Use a timer. The thing is, you're trying to beat your time, okay? In a class setting, we get a little competitive. We try to see who can go the longest, but we also give major props to people who are getting longer, beating their times, because that's really the most important thing, right? So I'm going to start the timer, and we're going to say Ra for as long as we can, and then you're going to do it 2 times by yourself with your own timer. And I hope if you do this, you'll put in the comments how long your time is every time you do it, and then you can watch over time as your time gets longer. Ready? Oh, one last tip. My students figured this out. It's actually easier to do a really long Ra if you don't take a huge breath beforehand. You just take like a moderate breath, okay? Ready, set, moderate breath in, go. Oh, okay. That was, for me, that was like around 31, 32 seconds. That's my typical time. I think my highest I've ever gotten was 37. Robin's people, some of them got all the way up to 60. I don't know how they did it. Well, they were doing it multiple times a week for 40 weeks. Of course, they got really good at it. So there you have Ra. You're going to pause now and do that 2 more times, and then we're going to come back and do a close. Ready? Okay. We're going to close now. I invite you to sit in your chair with your feet flat on the floor, sitting straight up, perched on the edge of your chair, and holding your own spine up if you can. Only if you can, if it doesn't hurt. And you can have your eyes open or closed. That's your choice. And we're going to do 3 mindful breaths. You can place your hands on your stomach, and I want you to just breathe into your hands and breathe out. Let's do the next through the nose. Ready? Breathing into your hands. Breathing out. Feeling your hands move every time you breathe in and out. Last one. Okay. And we always close our yoga classes with a mantra. This is the loving kindness mantra. It translates to, may all beings everywhere be happy and peaceful, free from the causes of their suffering. If you know it, you can say it with me. If you don't know it yet, you can learn it over time with me and eventually say it with me. That's something else you can put in the comments if you like. Is like, I learned the mantra, I can do it now. Okay, so it goes like this. Lokah, Samatha, Sukhino, Bhavantu. I'll say it one more time. Lokah, Samatha, Sukhino, Bhavantu. And I'll sing it for you now. Lokah Samatha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokah Samatha Sukhino Bhavantu. Thank you. Namaste, my friends.